Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming. My name is Dylan Locke, and I am joined by my fellow members Joe Andrew Valeriano, Matthew Tolson, and Christian Richardson. We have a proposal regarding the implementation of new technology to gamify the UFL experience. The UFL, formerly known as the XFL, is a new business looking to gain traction and popularity in the sports entertainment industry while competing with other major leagues and establish its dominance. Utilizing AI and AR to attract young consumers, specifically Gen Z and millennials, we will help drive fan engagement with a segment that is relying on technology and help increase popularity with the UFL. First, let's explore the target audience. Gen Z and millennials already make up half of the American football audience, and they are heavily reliant on technology for everyday tasks, including entertainment. With this information, we know pushing for gamification will help draw this audience in and push them towards conversion. This class also averages salaries around $75,000 every year, which comes in above the national average, which also allows for some expendable income. To give you a better example, let me introduce you to Ezekiel. Ezekiel is a 23-year-old fan who lives in Memphis. He is well versed in technology and keeps up on social media. He always has his phone in his hand, whether he is on social media, streaming, or playing games. He loves watching the Titans play, but he wants more football when the season ends. He is curious about his hometown UFL team, the Showboats, but needs a little more convincing before he gives them a chance. So how can we convince an audience like Ezekiel? Well, that's where this new proposal comes in. We need to gamify the experience to persuade our target audience to convert. Utilizing artificial intelligence and augmented reality, we want to roll out a new implementation to the UFL app that will allow fans to scan the football field with their mobile devices. Once scanned, the program will highlight players by name and display stats on screen while giving the fan an in-depth look through the action through live play and even replays at various angles. This data will be collected and organized using AI while the interface will run through AR. And this works perfectly with our target audience. Not only that, but Major League Soccer has already implemented a similar kind of system in their sport. So we know that this new proposal has merit and one of the largest worldwide sports, so why shouldn't we make it work for us? Now, there are detailed expenses that come along with implementing a system like this. However, the projected profits outweigh the costs associated with this proposal. In the first year, we will start by installing the system in 2 of the stadiums, and then 3 each of the following years until all 8 are AI/AR compatible. With that, this next slide covers the current departments of the organization that will be affected and the new additions that will strictly deal with this new proposal. First, there are 3 existing departments that will be affected by this new proposal. The marketing department, headed by David Martin, the customer experience and IT department, headed by Sean Martinez, and the department of sales and experience, headed by David Gravenkemper. The only department that will see any new personnel will be the customer experience and IT group that will gain a UI/UX designer whose role will ensure the AI integration to the existing app works well with the current interface. This will also maintain the program through support and updates. They will also gain a quality assurance specialist who will be responsible for testing and assuring the system is running as close to as perfect as possible. Finally, there will be 2 dedicated customer service representatives that will field concerns and issues from the customers and relay them up to the QA specialist. All of their respective salaries are listed here and are detailed further in the expenses. Next, we will quickly examine some of the competitors of the UFL and discuss how their presence will be used to our advantage through this proposal. The main competitors of the UFL are the NFL, MLB, and March Madness tournament. Here we have a quick reference chart that illustrates a comparison of the leagues through average ticket cost and viewership metrics. The NFL offers a similar game style in an already established league. They do not operate in the same season, but some of the fans will carry over from their fan base. The MLB operates in the same season and is historically successful with an established fan base. The March Madness tournament begins at the beginning of the UFL season and is one of the most dominantly watched sporting tournaments of the year. Now, they all have relatively higher ticket prices, but this can be used to our advantage as we strategically price our product, being tickets and memberships, lower than those of our competitors, while this proposal will help us offer a competitive experience for fans, all while making a profit at the end of the day. To go along with this, as I mentioned before, the MLS has already rolled out a similar type of program for their league. None of the leagues mentioned above have attempted this yet, so why not be the first to tap into this market and gain an edge in our competitors? When it comes to laws revolving around artificial intelligence, the politics concerning it are still up in the air, with growing technology and how it can be created in different ways. Federal and local governments will find it tough to find ways to make sure it's not being misused. That is why it is our responsibility to assure we set our own policies with the tech companies that we decide to hire that will help us create, operate, and maintain the product so it won't be misused. Although there may not be laws yet on artificial intelligence, there are acts that can govern the data and how it's collected and stored to ensure privacy and safety for all parties involved. When it comes to risks and protections, it is vital that we have NDAs where 2 parties agree that any ideas or innovations between the 2 cannot be used for personal gain, cannot be shared with the media, or shared with competitors. Contracts are just as important. Contracts can be used between the UFL and the tech company that we decide to work with when it comes to compensation, how long the term will last, and how the product should be managed. Now, a trademark can be great as well if we decide to create a design for the product itself. Having a trademark can protect the design itself from anyone that may misuse it for profit or professional gain. Let's move on to talk about the different marketing approaches we're going to use to make this a huge success. First of all, we've got traditional marketing in our playbook. This includes classic methods like print ads, TV commercials, billboards, and radio spots. These channels are great for reaching a wide audience and building brand awareness. Next up, we've got direct marketing. With this approach, we'll be reaching out to individuals directly. Think personalized emails, direct mail campaigns, or even face-to-face interactions at events. It's all about connecting with our audience on a more personal level and driving the conversions. Of course, we can't forget about social marketing. This is all about leveraging the power of social media to engage with our target audience. Considering our target audience resides heavily in these spaces, this will be a powerful tool in our success. We will be creating some awesome content, running social media ads, and interacting with our followers to build brand loyalty and boost conversions. By combining these different marketing approaches, we'll be able to reach a diverse audience, build brand awareness, and drive conversions. Moving on to our 3-year plan. First things first, we're in the pre-launch phase right now where we are focusing on stuff like planning, creating content, and getting the word out before the big launch. For the first year, we will only be implementing this on 2 of the stadiums while we try to hit the ground running. We will focus on building brand awareness and generating the initial ticket sales. Our KPIs this year will include increasing the numbers of tickets sold by 3,000 or 25 to 30% from the first year. This will help us increase revenue generated, conversion rate, website traffic, and social media engagement. Then we're going to dive into year 2. This is where we really start evaluating how things are going. We'll be looking at the numbers, analyzing data, and making improvements based on what we learn. We want this campaign to be the best we can, so we'll be refining our messaging and ramping up our marketing efforts to reach more people. This year, we will also add 3 more stadiums for a total of 5 that are AI/AR compatible. The KPIs for the second year will be to increase the ticket sales again by 6,000 or 60% compared to the first year, which will again aid in increased revenue, improvement in conversion rate, growth in social media following, and positive customer feedback. And in year 3, we will keep that momentum going strong. We'll continue to track our campaign metrics, making smart decisions based on the data we collect and utilizing user-generated content and testimonials. It's all about building that trust and credibility with our audience, as feeling appreciated is important to them. This is the year that we will add the final 3 stadiums so that all stadiums across the UFL will have AI/AR integrated into them. The KPIs for this year will continue our trend of increased ticket sales to an additional 9,000 or a 90% increase from the original average and continue growth in revenue, high customer satisfaction ratings, increasing brand loyalty, and expansion of our customer base. We'll also be shooting for a total of 100,000 subscribers to our new monthly service over the course of these 3 years. Now let's look at some sales projections. Here's a brief overview of our sales and projections as they relate to our KPIs and timeline. With the main solution in mind, ticket sales will be revenue stream number 1 and priority number 1. The UFL provides a product for fans to come enjoy live football games where athletes compete against each other. The typical number of fans attending games is about 10 to 13,000 from previous seasons. The UFL averaged around $25 per ticket, and we expect from the additions of this campaign that there will be a rise in attendance of fans by 3,000 over the next 3 seasons as fans are able to enjoy new implementations. Our next method of sales will be through a monthly subscription for our fans that will allow them to stream games from the comfort of their home all in one place. The XFL averaged 600,000 viewers on television last season, proving that there is certainly an interest from those at home. Now with this in mind, we created this monthly subscription for UFL fans at home for a flat rate of $12 a month. Also, to pair with our new AI capabilities, subscribers who have a VR headset can upgrade for $10 more a month to feel our new VR technology where they can attend games through a VR headset if they have one. Now, given the number of viewers that were tuning in, we are also estimating that 100,000 fans will become subscribers over the next 3 seasons. With that, here's a look at the income statement and a brief look at our profits and losses over the next 3 years of the campaign. In year 1, there will be many unknowns, as fans will be getting introduced to rapid changes. We will take a minor loss in the first year due to the expenses associated with the new AI technology and experimental rollout and implementations while we are working to getting fans converted. In year 1, we will be in the red for about $8,320 or a loss of 1%. Year 2 is when the additions really start to pay off because more fans will be aware of the implementations and subscriptions which will help drive sales and conversions. In year 2, we will be in the green with a profit of $578,100 at a gain of 22%. In year 3, we really start to separate ourselves significantly because of the higher demand, which will lead to more ticket sales and subscriptions. With the success of the campaign may come with a higher demand for our product and a slight increase in our prices. With the target being Gen Z and millennials, subscription sales should be a large earner as well, especially with the VR capabilities. And in year 3, we will make a profit of $1,421,800, which translates to our best gain yet at 36%. That will wrap up our presentation for today, so let's take advantage of this new trend and engage our fans to get people excited about the UFL. Thank you for your time today, and I would like to open up the floor to any questions.